Good afternoon, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. Guys, I realized I didn't record earlier. It's actually my dad's birthday today. We were gonna make him a cake, and that didn't end up happening because I'll show you guys what we did do today. And we were in the way of the stove and it was unplugged all day today, so we couldn't make my dad a cake. And on top of that too, I didn't record earlier and show you guys at least what we got him for his birthday. We got him some birthday presents and everything like that. And so we honestly ordered his birthday presents. I think I ordered his birthday presents back in like March or April. And like the birthday present I ended up getting him, and then what we had planned on getting him as well as kind of like the big birthday gift that we all got him. So yeah, guys, it kind of stinks though that I didn't record that earlier, and I was like, oh well, I can show you, but he went off with it. But what we did end up actually getting him was originally, guys, this had to have been several months ago again, back when the Cubs were still playing. During spring training, they had somebody on for one of the games. I don't know if they were like singing the 7th inning stretch or something like that, or just somebody they were interviewing. It was actually the author of the book that I ended up getting him was on Ernie Banks, and literally just like a week or two earlier from that, the Marquee Sports Network, which is like the Chicago Cubs sports like network now, where they post all the Cubs games, actually had like a whole documentary sort of on him. And my dad was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't really know all this stuff and everything like that. He's like, I watched him when I was little, but like, you know, that he didn't really have the same appreciation as like hearing his story and everything like that. And so I was like, when I heard, you know, that they had this book, and I knew there was like books and stuff like that out there, but I, like I said, heard this, you know, author talking about it, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I totally want to get that for my dad for his birthday. And it wasn't super expensive on Amazon either, because I think I was telling you guys I was trying to keep my birthday budget for everybody kind of, you know, like kind of keep it a low profile sort of this year, because I only spent I think $15 on Matthew and Jack each. So I think that the book was around like that same price or so. So like I said, I was trying to keep everybody's, you know, if I get something on sale, like Matthew and Jack's present was $25, but I got it on sale for $15, which I just got them the Xbox Live, so I was able to get a lot of that stuff for cheaper, you know, than what it actually cost. So that was kind of, I was like, I'll probably stick around like 15 bucks for everybody for their birthday present. That's about $60 for the whole year. So yeah, but like I said, I heard about that and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally want to get that for my dad. And then literally a couple of days after that, he was talking about like, oh, you know, I really want to get a Cubs jersey. He's like, but I don't know who I want to get. He's like, you know, I mean, because Matthew, I think actually maybe this was near Matthew's birthday, because we got Matthew that he had got a Javier Baez jersey, and I was like, well, like, you know, my dad really likes Baez and everything like that, so I was like, well, we could get him like that jersey. You know, I was like, is it weird? Like, I guess it's not weird that like him and Matthew both have like matching jerseys and stuff like that, but like when we went to the Hawks game for Matthew's birthday a few years ago, everybody ended up getting like sort of their own like jersey and stuff like that. Or Jack got like a Hosa t-shirt, I got a Taves jersey, my dad got Panarin, who was off the team the very next year, my mom got Kane, and Matthew got, I don't know who Matthew got, somebody, maybe he got Kane too or something like that. I think my mom got Kane, but I don't remember who Matthew got. Something like that. Did he get Duncan Keith maybe? I actually don't know. I can even see the picture too, because on his birthday I actually like snapped a photo of him when he wasn't even paying attention, of him actually walking down the stairs at the United Center, and like we were going back to our, or going to find our seats or something like that, and he was walking down and I like took the picture. It's super cool picture, but it had the jersey on the back, and I'm like, who was it now? I can't think. But anyways, so like everybody kind of got like their own, you know, favorite player sort of, I guess. And like I said, you know, I was kind of like, well, like, you know, if everybody got their own, like, you know, Cubs jersey, like everybody would have a different Cubs jersey. And it's weird because I really think that like I would totally love a Sammy Sosa jersey, just because I was like, when I was a kid, like it was Sammy Sosa, like he was like the Cubs sort of, you know, sort of thing. Like I remember that name like so much, like hearing it so much when I was like little and kind of like paid attention, you know, a little bit to like baseball and stuff like that. Like that was just the name. So if there was like an older Cub that I like really loved, I think it would probably be Sammy Sosa, just because again I always associated that name with like the Cubs and the Cubs with his name. So you know, like although I totally love a ton of players on the Cubs team right now, it's hard to just to be like, oh well, like who would be on the team, like, you know, like my dad's situation, like he got a Panarin jersey and he was off the Blackhawks the following year. So it's like you want something that you know is probably going to be around for a couple of years, and you get their jersey and then they're not there. You know, so I was like, well, you know, you can always get like sort of one of those like iconic players. And so we ended up getting my dad a Ernie Banks jersey for his birthday, which was not cheap. So that's what he ended up getting, along with some other little things too. We actually got him a W flag. We got him he got a new like tumbler. What's that? Like a Yeti tumbler, one of the big ones. He has, I think, 3 now. One of them is my mom's, but he always uses it a lot. And then he has a white one from work. Actually, maybe that was it. No, there's another one up there too, like or maybe that's the one he actually just got. But yeah, so he's got like a ton of those, like in the big, like the big Yeti tumblers. I have one of the smaller ones that I got for my birthday. So that was what we ended up getting him for his birthday. But the reason why, guys, we could not end up getting the cake made for today was because my mom was gonna make it, but she apparently this morning when I was making my breakfast, she was like, oh, I couldn't make the cake then. And then later we were here actually putting this in. So we ended up doing a single box with a blank like face plate over here, and then ran a tiny bit of raceway, just because when we get the new stove we want it to butt up against that without having what used to be like these got all twisted and bent out of place because of them being plugged in there. It was pushed up against the you know, this was pushed up against the cord, so it's like bending the cords and stuff like that, you know. This way they can actually not be bent behind the stove when we get the new one as well. And then this switch that is here, guys, is going to go for the light that we cut the hole for last week, or last weekend, I guess. And so we're going to put the recessed light that we got up in there. My dad, that was what we were doing today, that we ran all of the wire. The wire is actually just sitting barely inside of the hole right now. But we didn't get that put in today. We're gonna, like I said, probably finish that off tomorrow. But we ended up getting all of that done. All we have to do is just connect the cables or the wires tomorrow to the light and actually mount the light in there, which hopefully will be the easy part. So we had to get up into the attic, run all of the electric like up in there and everything like that, and then also back down in here. So that was kind of a twofold why we ended up doing this, was so that we can move this over so that, again, these aren't pushed up against the stove, and then also too because we had to add a light switch. So it made the most sense to run this off of here and do a light switch instead of just keeping the outlet where it was and run a light switch off of it. Actually couldn't put this into the wall. The whole reason we had to do the raceway with all of this like exposed instead of actually doing it in the wall like a normal outlet, because there's a stud somewhere like literally right here, and we wouldn't be able to get power off of this. And also a pipe right near here as well that we also cannot get, we could not get around or even put anything like a light switch or move the outlet or anything like that because of the pipe being there, which is coming off of the, you know, for the power for this. So long story short, guys, this is the best way we were going to be able to do it. And we are going to do kind of the same thing over here as well, because we're going to run another switch that's going to be for our new food, I keep wanting to say food processor. That's not what it is. It is a garbage disposal. So we're going to do sort of the same thing over here. So this wall is not finished yet, but Matthew was able to get this part of the cabinet, these cabinets and this part of the like ceiling primed today, and he was waiting on this because he didn't know if we should do it before or after we put the light in. We're just, I guess, waiting now. But he got this part done as well right now, and then that will be, I guess, the last section. We said just go ahead and do this whole thing, but I don't know, he's kind of breaking it up now and doing it in different parts, so whatever, it works. But tomorrow, guys, if we have a light that works, I will show you guys, because this is awesome. Like, my dad was like so excited today. He's like, I'm like so excited, we're gonna have a new light here. Like, you know, my dad does electrical and stuff like that all the time, and we've put new lights in and, you know, all kinds of stuff, but like running the electric and actually getting everything to work too, because again, it was a pain trying to figure out where the stud was in the wall, and we couldn't do the, you know, outlet and stuff like that, and finally actually getting everything to work. And honestly, I feel like it went faster than even doing the stuff in my mom's office, which we ended up, I will show you guys, got everything moved. Now we can move on to the next section in there. Now that we have finished, we moved. So you guys can see, I showed you guys this literally just yesterday, but we pretty much just ended up actually moving all the stuff that was over here on a table over to here. So right now, again, it is not looking pretty or anything like that. We do have a couple things up in here, but mostly everything is just out of place, just moved to spots that's, again, it's not going to stay like this, I'm going to assume. You know, but right now we have to now get working on this part. We also have to, again, get that stuff down over there and the stuff up in here and all that kind of stuff. So we are halfway done, but we're going to have now, the rest of the table is going to run up to that point, and we're going to have another cabinet down there as well that's the exact same as this one that's under here. We're gonna have over here, and then we're gonna run the other, like, half of the L-shaped desk is gonna go from that corner piece down to over there. So that is what I think we're gonna work on for tomorrow. And you guys can see too, there's boxes of stuff behind me, but we are just moving this stuff from one spot to another as we can work in there, so that it is not all living out in like the living room for weeks until we can finish. You know, it probably would be faster if everything was just completely out of there, but as of right now, we can't take everything out and, you know, move it. So it's kind of like it has to be a process thing, kind of how we've been doing the kitchen too, because like we can't just like be like, okay, we're gonna reno the kitchen for like 2 weeks. Like, we still are living here, we're still using the stove, we're still using, you know, so like we're still using, like, you know, supplies. So like all of the Tupperware right now is currently in this box that was up in that cabinet, but like if we had to do that with every cabinet right now, along with all of our food and stuff like that, we'd have nowhere to even walk in the kitchen, and or, you know, if we put it even in the living room, we couldn't even walk in the living room, so we wouldn't be able to get to the stuff that we still need to be able to cook and make food and all that kind of stuff. And we can't just literally eat out every single day, because for one, it's expensive. For two, I mean, we're still sort of, I mean, I guess tomorrow's sort of the last day of shelter in place here for us, I believe, but you know, we you know, probably will not be able to go out to eat every single day either, you know, and that whole kind of thing. And so you know, it's just like works best if we're making our food here, but we can't if we're renovating the whole kitchen. So that's why we've had to work in chunks. So right now our Tupperware is not being utilized to the best of its ability since it's in a box, but this shouldn't take more than a few days. We got that stuff all taken care of in a few days, all painted and everything. And then again, we have to now take, the stove has to be out because we have to finish the tile so we can get the new stove put in. And so there's a big process there that has to go down, because I think our new stove and hood are coming by July 5th maybe, I think sometime before that. And then the microwave's on back order and won't be here until like the beginning of July, I think. So got a little while to wait with that. But anyways, guys, yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower and get to bed. I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshine faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.